Let's prepare on kinematic indeterminacy. So in this lecture we are going to see about the kinematic indeterminacy, so which is also called as degree of freedom. Okay, so in the previous lecture we saw static indeterminacy, so this will be somewhat similar to this but very clear while attempting the questions. Okay, so they'll be giving find the static indeterminacy, kinetic indeterminacy, like that. So based on that you can clearly write the answer. So first let us see what is the degree of freedom and the degree of freedom values for different joints and the supports. So the degree of freedom is nothing but in which direction and all it can move. So the freedom is there for it to move or give some actions like rotation or deformation, something will be giving. So that only called as degree of freedom. Okay. So for a joint, first let us see. So for a pin joint plane, it is two only. So only two directions translations will be happening. Okay. And in the pin joint space means in all the three directions translation will be happening. And rigid joint plane means three directions, three degree of freedom. So two directions translation and in one direction rotation can happen. Whereas in rigid joint space it is 6, that is 3 directions translations will happen and 3 direction rotation will happen. Okay, so if you want to be very thorough you can remember all these, or else you can just remember the values alone, just 2 3 3 6 alone, that will be enough for doing the problems. Then we'll be seeing for the support. Okay, so it will be just opposite to the reactions. So reactions we have seen in the previous chapter, no? So in the fixed support we saw 3 reactions, no? So just minus 3 from all the values. Okay, so 3 minus 3 will be getting 0. It means what means in the fixed support how many reactions will be there? One vertical will be there, one horizontal will be there, and one rotation will be there. Okay, so all the sides reaction is there, so it is not having any side freedom to move. Okay, so that only we call it as the degree of freedom. And then for a hinged support we have two directions, so one vertical and one horizontal reaction will be having, so it is actually free to move along the rotation alone. Okay, so it is a rotation, so only one. Like the same thing you can check for all the things, so always it will be minus 3 from the reaction. Okay, and then for roller support it is only 2, one rotation and one translation along the x-axis is possible. And for a free end it is 3, it can do whatever, like the rotation also, and the deflection in x and y also can happen. And then the shear connectors, so we have horizontal shear and also the vertical shear, so for both it is one only. Okay, but for horizontal shear the deformation will be in the y-axis, whereas in vertical shear the deformation will be in the horizontal axis. So this is all about the degree of freedom values. And then some different types of joint is given here. Okay, so if this type of joint is provided means the degree of freedom is 3. And then the pin joint like this. Okay, so the joint you just see it will be connecting in between the three components, so if that is the case means you should be 5. Okay, so 2 directions deformations and 3 rotations will be happening. Okay, so you just see this connection, how many members can be connected like this. Okay, so if it is connecting some 10 members or even 100 members also it may be connecting. Okay, so just remember that you should add just 2 to that number of members, because in all the directions of that rotation will be happening, plus the deformation along the x-axis and deformation along the y-axis will be happening. So if it is connected to 100 members means it is 100 rotation plus x delta x and delta y, so the answer will be 1 or 2, that is the degree of freedom will be 1 or 2 for that structure. So simply remember like that. Okay, and for the next type of joint it is 4, that is dx delta x delta y and theta for horizontal and vertical. And in the next case also it is 4, so it is a hinge type. And the next two also everything is 4 only, so this is all like a link, or you can tell it as the hinge, internal hinge in the beam or something. Okay, so for all these it's 4 only, but the deformation set is varies here. So for the first case it is delta x delta y and two directions rotation will be happening, and in the second case if you see means in the two directions also deformation will be happening. Okay, so like this, in here also deformation, here also deformation will be happening, and one y deformation and only one rotation will be happening. So like that it differs for each. Okay, so all these are very important, you just see this very clearly. So now we can go for the formula. So this is the degree of freedom or degree of kinematic indeterminacy. Okay, so the formula is 3j minus r for rigid jointed plane frame considering the axial strains. The same formula is only for neglecting the axial strain also, but you should minus the number of members from it. So you can see this formula 3j minus r minus m. So the same formula you have to minus the member. And the next case if you see means it is rigid jointed space frame considering axial strains, it is 6j minus r, whereas minus m should be added for the case of neglecting the axial strains. Okay, so in the question they will be particularly asking this, neglecting the axial strains, like that. If that is the case means you should go for this. If nothing is given, generally they are asking means you have to find the general thing, that is considering the axial strains is finding is enough. Okay, so this is the formulas for rigid jointed plane frame. So only for rigid jointed and plane and space they have given here. For pin jointed you will be seeing a separate formula. Okay, so here you may think where is the degree of freedom is coming here, only j and r and m is only there, so that is joint member and reactions only is there. So this will be similar to the static indeterminacy only, no, like that you may think, but this is a separate formula. So this is a formula method, and you can also find the degree of freedom directly from the structure. So for that purpose only we need to know all the answers which is above, no, so that values and all we need to know for that purpose. So when you see the problems with examples you will be very clear with the idea. So here see the first example, a beam is given, so the dk will be equal to 3j minus r. Okay, so in the kinematic indeterminacy the free end also should be considered as a joint only, and also all the supports also should be considered as the joint only. Okay, so if you see here 1, 2 and 3 and 4, so 4 supports, 4 joints are there. So 3 into j, 3 into 4 minus the reactions. So reaction we know in here one vertical and one horizontal, so roller supports, so one vertical, and in free end there will be no reaction, so it is 4. So 3j minus 4, 3 into 4 minus 4, so the answer is 8. Okay, so if you consider that is neglecting the axial strain means the member has to be minus, no, so 1, 2 and 3 members are there, so 8 minus 3 will give you 5. So this is the answer for neglecting the axial strain. So the same method let us do with the degree of freedom. Okay, so the degree of freedom for this hinged support is what? It is 1. For the roller support it is 2, for roller support it is 2, and for free end the degree of freedom is 3. So when you sum it, it is 8. So you are getting the answer 8. When you neglecting the axial strain, it will be again 8 minus 3, 5. Okay, so this is also another method. So if it is a very large structure means you can directly go for the formula, because that will be easy for finding the joints and members, like that. If it is a very small structure means you can directly calculate this, so it will be also very easy for you. And then if you see the second example, so here a frame is given and here also the same formula, and here I have done with the neglecting the axial strain just to show the formula here. So 3j minus m minus r, so it is the joint is 1 and 2, here 1, here 2 and rigid joints. Okay, so these two are also should be considered as joints. So 4 joints are there, so 3 into 4 minus 3 members are there and plus the reaction. So it is a fixed support in the left end, no, so here one horizontal, one vertical and one rotation also will be happening. So 3, and this is a hinged support, so one horizontal, one vertical, so totally 5 reactions. So 3 plus 5, so it is 12 minus 8 and the answer is 4 here. So if you do the same thing with the direct method means here in the fixed support it is 0, and in the top rigid support we saw, no, so it should be 3 for the rigid support. So here 3 and here 3. In the hinged support the reactions is 2, therefore the degree of freedom is only 1. Okay, so 7. So 7 will be the answer in case of considering the axial strain. So when you minus the members, so it is 3. So 7 minus 3, you will be getting 4 as the answer. So the third question, so here is a different shape of structure is given here. So let us do the formula first. So dk is equal to 3j minus r. So let us count the joints here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, because the free end also should be considered. Okay, and some internal hinge is given here, and vertical roller, horizontal roller is given in the between, no, so that also should be considered as the joint in this kinematic indeterminacy. So 11 plus 12, 13, 14, 15, so totally 15 joints is there. Okay, so we got 3 into 15 minus r. So r, it should be here 3 reactions will be there, and hinged 2, and here also 2, so it is 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 into 15 minus 7, you will be getting 43 as the answer. Sorry, 38 will be your answer, and plus you have to do the values that are coming from the hinge. Okay, so in the static indeterminacy, we will be minusing the values of hinge, no. So if it is connected to 2 members, means we will be minusing 1 there. Okay, the same thing is different here, that is we should add the values that are produced due to the hinges. Okay, so in this case what we should be doing is, for here 1, for here also 1, for here also 1, but this type of hinge or link is provided, no, so for this you should add 2 here. Okay, so totally 5. This should be added in the kinematic indeterminacy. So 38 plus 5 is added, so that we are getting 43 as the answer. So the same sum we can do it in the direct method also. Okay, so here we know for free end it is 3, and for the rigid support also it is 3. So 3, 3, 3, here also 3, and here also 3, 3, 3, 3. In the fixed support it is 0, in the hinged support it is 1, in hinged support it is 1. So the remaining things, that is shear connectors and rollers are all there, no. So for that let us see now. Okay, so for this type of thing I have told you it is 4. So we studied this in the type of joints, no. So there if you see this you can know it. For this vertical roller also it is 4 only. So why this 4 means, it will be acting in the x, that is x deformation, and y deformation also will be getting, and in 2 directions theta, that is rotation, will be getting. Okay, so that will be in the case of this roller and this hinge and vertical roller, and horizontal roller also the same. Horizontal roller also the same case only. Okay, so here we are getting 4, 4 and 4. But for the next case, so this we are getting actually 5 values. So how this 5 means, it will be acting delta x1 and delta x2, because it is connected like this, no. So here also one axial deformation will be happening, here also one axial deformation will be happening. So delta x itself will be 2, and then delta y, so we got 3, and then rotation in both the sides, so 4 and 5. So totally 5 for this type of links. Okay, so totally when you sum it up, 3 plus 3, 6, 10, 13, 17, 20 and 23. So in this area it is 23. In the next line if you see means 4, 7, 10, 15 and 18, and in the last line it is 2. So totally you will be getting 43. Okay, the same answer we are getting even if we do by this method. Okay, so now we will be getting why I told you that if it is a big structure means go for the formula like that, because for a big structure when we are putting efforts like this to calculate for each and every joint means it will be taking time. Okay, so we can directly go for the formula method for this big type of structures. So this is all about the rigid jointed frames. Okay, so next let us see the pin jointed frame. So for the pin jointed frame, the formula is 2j minus r for plane frame and 3j minus r for the space frame. So the fourth question is, here a pin jointed frame is given, so we can directly do the formula, that is 2j minus r. Okay, so it is 2 into j, so j is 1, 2, 3, the top 3, and here also 3 is there, so 6. So 2 into 6 minus the reaction, so it is hinged support, so 1, 2 and roller support 1, so you'll be getting 3 reactions. So 2 into 6 minus 3, the answer is 9. So that's all with this kinematic indeterminacy. So I have given different examples for both the rigid jointed frame and also the pin jointed frame, and also I tried to cover the most different types of links and internal hinges that is provided in the frames. Okay, so with this you practice more questions so that you'll be very thorough with the concept. So here is the fifth question. So that is the work to be done by you. So just calculate the values of kinematic indeterminacy neglecting the axial deformation. Okay, and you can share the answer in the comment section. Thank you and keep watching for the next lecture on statically determinate structures.